illusions behind. Don't cry, I ain't changing my mind. So find another fool like before, 'cause I ain't gonna live anymore believing some of the lies, while all of the signs are deceiving.
Alright, I have some more thoughts on Sirius and how it relates to the More You Know star, which was on TV for a while in the 90s. Now, of course, the phrase "the more you know" is related to gnosis, right? It's related to knowledge, and that recalls the image or the idea of the serpent speaking to Eve and telling Eve that when she ate of the fruit, that her eyes would be open and she would be as God, knowing good and evil. So this gnosis, or the more you know, being related to the serpent, also is identified with the star Sirius, which is the star of wisdom, or not only Sirius actually, but Venus. Both Venus and Sirius are interchangeable. Both are represented by the pentagram, and both are called the blazing or the scorching star in the Lodge of Freemasonry. That is a pentagram that they use, that represents their deity, that represents their goddess, and it is the star of prudence, the star of wisdom, and it has been in ancient Egypt. And both Venus and Sirius are Eastern stars, or stars of Ishtar. They both rise in the east at different times of the year, and they are both associated with the goddesses Isis and Venus. Now, what is also significant about Sirius, as I had learned a few days ago, Sirius can also be referred to as the rainbow star, because Sirius flashes multiple colors. It flashes a rainbow of colors. And when you look at the more you know star, the pentagram, which symbolizes Venus and Sirius, it has a rainbow behind it, and it is a shooting star. And the ads that they put on TV, it is a shooting star, and it shoots across the sky, leaving a rainbow behind it.
Mental health issues affect people of all ages, income levels, and cultures. No one is immune. Advocate for and promote mental well-being in your life and to those around you. You're not alone. The more you know.
Now, what is significant and about this as well is that Katy Perry once came out at I believe it was a Super Bowl halftime show, and she came out as the more you know star. So given what we know about it being related to Sirius and Isis and the serpent and the goddess Venus, it is clear that Katy Perry was playing the goddess of that star, which is Isis. But there are some more details that I neglected to include in that first video that I made. I had actually forgotten to include the goddess Iris. Now, Iris is the reverse of Siri, and of course Siri is the phone app. If you have an iPhone, then you have Siri on your iPhone, and Siri is Iris reversed, the I, right? The goddess of the rainbow. So not only is Iris, or the part of the eye, named after the iris, the goddess of the rainbow, but the star Sirius, when you look at it, it actually looks like an iris, like the iris of an eye. And I suspect that this is part of what the secret of the all-seeing eye is. I believe it may be a reference to the star Sirius, the eastern star, the blazing star, which is so important to the mysteries. So Iris was, I believe, portrayed in the video called Hey by Katy Perry, where she dressed up as Joan of Arc, right? A woman who had transformed herself into a male. And I guess if I don't know what the true history on that is, I guess I probably shouldn't get into it right now, but the story pretty much goes that she was a woman who had transformed herself into a male, and she is a feminist icon. And so, but in the video, hey, she was wearing a rainbow colored dress, and she had an eye on her breastplate. Now once again, the goddess Iris is the goddess of the rainbow, and her name is the name of part of the eye. So I believe Katy Perry was playing Iris. And of course, she is also related to Sirius by, the virtue of the fact that Sirius is the rainbow star, and it looks like an iris. And Iris is Siri reversed, and Siri is short of Sirius. So this is all mostly just speculation from me, of course, but I think it's a solid theory. I think it's a solid hypothesis, and this just goes to further prove that. Excuse my son in the background. He's talking to his sister. I think this just goes further to show that the elite have a secret, and their secret is that they worship a goddess, and that goddess is the one that is called in the Bible the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And that is an identifier of the Queen of Heaven, which is mentioned in the Bible. And I believe this is the spirit of whoredoms that is mentioned in Hosea 5:4 and Hosea 4:12. And her star was Venus. Venus was also called Lucifer. So to conclude, this goddess that they worship is the whore of Babylon, and Lucifer is the whore of Babylon. Now, as always, let God be true and every man a liar. So you don't have to believe anything I say. You can pray on it and take it to God. All right. So thank you all for your time. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. And may our Lord Jesus Christ bless you all.
Where darkness rules, fights the champion of light. Where hope seems lost, there rides the rebellion. Together they stand ready against the dark, evil warriors of the Horde and their leader, the terrible Hordrak. The rebellion, armed with hope and ancient powers against the force of an intergalactic army. This is the story of one who will become leader of the Great Rebellion. She-Ra, Princess of Power.